Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mozast Talk Show. I'm your host, Mozast, and joining me today, as always, is the fantastic Jimmy. How are you doing, Jimmy?
Hey Mozast, I'm feeling awesome. Super pumped for today's show.
Before we start, for everyone in the audience, wherever you are from around the world, thank you for being here with us. Grab a good spot and get ready, cause we've got something interesting to share with you all. Now, before we dive into today's topic, let's take a quick break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mozast Talk Show. Today, we're delving into the extraordinary journey of someone who is very dedication, kind-hearted, and humble person. This is the one and only Leonardo DiCaprio. Today we're not gonna talk about his as an actor or celebrity right now. We will talk those later. Jimmy, can you tell me who Leonardo DiCaprio really is if we're not looking at him through the lens of a movie?
That's an interesting question, dude. For audience information, Leonardo DiCaprio is an active activism and philanthropist. He also a founder of Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation, LDF. That distributed grants totaling more than $100 million from 1998 until 2019. It ran in a minimum of 46 countries, handed out grants that paid for over 200 projects, and associated with at least 65 partner groups during its existence. LDFs had their sights set on 6 different areas: keeping wildlands in check, looking out for ocean conservation, taking action on climate change, defending indigenous rights, exploring new possibilities, and changing up California.
Leo's main focus is to set up his foundation with the goal of preserving the Earth's remaining untouched areas and coming up with solutions to create a more peaceful connection between humans and the environment. Jimmy, for your information, United Nations UN designated Leonardo DiCaprio as a messenger of peace with a special focus on climate change on the 16th of September 2014.
Mozast, he deserves to get that appreciation and respect for what he has done so far.
Exactly, Jimmy. Now we focus on his message.
As a UN messenger of peace, I have traveled all over the world for the last 2 years documenting how this crisis is changing the natural balance of our planet. I have seen cities like Beijing choked by industrial pollution, ancient boreal forests in Canada that have been clear-cut, and rainforests in Indonesia that have been incinerated. In India, I met farmers whose crops have been literally washed away by historic flooding. In America, I have witnessed unprecedented droughts in California and sea level rise flooding the streets of Miami. In Greenland and in the Arctic, I was astonished to see that ancient glaciers are rapidly disappearing well ahead of scientific predictions. All that I have seen and learned on my journey has absolutely terrified me. There is no doubt in the world scientific community that this is a direct result of human activity and the effects of climate change will become astronomically worse in the future. I do not need to tell you these statistics. You know them better than I do, but more importantly, you know what will happen if this scourge is left unchecked. You know that climate change is happening faster than even the most pessimistic of scientists warned us decades ago. It has become a runaway freight train, bringing with it an impending disaster for all living things. Now think about the shame that each of us will carry when our children and grandchildren look back and realize that we had the means of stopping this devastation, but simply lacked the political will to do so. Yes, we have achieved the Paris Agreement. More countries have come together here to sign this agreement today than for any other cause in the history of humankind, and that is reason for hope. But unfortunately, the evidence shows us that it will not be enough.
This message was sent 8 years ago. Now we see what happens overall in 2023. It's been almost 10 years now, and the big issue is still here. According to the WMO Provisional State of the Global Climate Report, 2023 is predicted to be the hottest year yet. Temperature levels have risen between 1.1 to 1.4 Celsius in the last 2 centuries. Man, did you know Leo also emphasizing the issue of Indigenous rights?
Yup, buddy. At the super impressive Oscars in 2016, the winner made a point about the Indigenous people's rights in their speech. They need to be looked after. I want you to take a little time to watch this clip and remind yourselves of how bad humans can do to the earth.
You all can see, all this sector have a benefit for human. But we flip this into the effect for Earth.
We can totally get through this if we join forces. And make sure our kids get to experience the amazingness of the world. The Mozast Talk Show is all about staying hopeful. Now let's take a brief break. Stay with us as we dive into the second half.
Hey, everyone! It's time for our fun segment, and we called it Let You Guess What. And now to the screen, everyone. Now guess, when did the UN appoint Leonardo DiCaprio as a messenger of peace? And how much value grants has the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation LDF distributed from 1998 to 2019?
We've got 2 intriguing questions here. Just leave your answers in the comments, and the winner will be revealed in the next episode. We're back for the second half of our topic. Now, let's chat about one of Leo's greatest acting roles. Jimmy?
Everybody should be aware that Leonardo DiCaprio is one of the most talented actors out there. Did you know that Leo's not just an actor? He's also a producer and runs his own production company called Appian Way Productions.
Wow, that's great, man! If you had the chance to pick one of his best acting roles in all his movies, which one would you go for?
I'd pick he as a Jack Dawson on the Titanic 1997.
Good choice.
Yeah, Titanic is a classic movie, and Leo's portrayal of Jack Dawson is unforgettable. The chemistry between him and Kate Winslet was sizzling.
No doubt about that. Did you know that Leo was only 22 when he took on the role? A young talent carrying the weight of a blockbuster.
Just 22. It's incredible how he brought such depth and maturity to Jack's character.
Yeah, Leo totally nailed Jack's selfless love for Rose. It made the tragedy even more heartbreaking, and it got him his first Oscar nomination too. And one more things, he really made a splash with his first role in the movie Titanic, which grossed over $1 billion worldwide. It was a huge success.
Incredible. How about you, Mozast? Which one is your choice?
For me, I'm really into adventure, history, Western, and action movies, so those are my favorites. I might be biased, but I'd pick two of his best acting as my top movies. First, I'm gonna go with The Revenant. Everyone's seen it, and we all know how great of a job Leo did. His performance was top-notch. So I'm gonna give it a perfect 10 of 10.
That was awesome. The Revenant really changed things up. No doubt about it. That bear scene was like Oscar-worthy for sure. Leo's dedication to his work is seriously unmatched.
Yeah, Jimmy, he finally did it. After all those nominations, he got the Best Actor award. Wow, what a moment! For the second movie, I'm gonna go with Killers of the Flower Moon. This was a new movie he starred in and came out last year on May 20th, 2023. This movie, directed by Martin Scorsese, is one of the greatest of 2023.
I'm totally loving this film. It's all about the Osage Nation, a Native American tribe who hit the jackpot in the 1920s when they discovered oil on their land. Unfortunately, something not so great happened to them afterwards.
You all heard it here first. If you haven't seen this movie yet, go check it out. You might be mad at Leo for a bit. But don't worry, that means he did a great job with the character. Hey Jimmy, I think we talked about everything there is to know about Leonardo DiCaprio, so now it looks like we're an end of the show.
Yeah, Mozast, we hope everyone got something valuable and learned something from the show. Big shout out to everyone who stayed until the end. We really appreciate it.
Kudos to you, Leo. You've gone from being an acclaimed actor to a super motivated activist, and we love it. Your passion for eco-friendly causes and your generous donations have been truly inspiring. You used your fame to tackle important issues. And you've shown us that you are not only talented in front of the camera, you are also a responsible global citizen. Thanks for being a positive role model and using your power to make the world a better place. We see on the next episode, pals.